hot cookies coming in. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of cookies coming out of the oven. I am a cookie monster. Wow, it's so good. Oh my gosh, these are Moorish. Soft with a little bit of crunch. This is such a yummy cookie. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You're with Nicole, and if you're new here, I share lots of delicious home-style recipes as well as baking tips and tricks. Today, I got a recipe for you. We are going to be making mocha cookies. Yes, that's right, chocolate, coffee. You might pronounce it mocha if you live in a different part of the world, but here in Australia, we say mocha. So get in the kitchen and let's get to it. Now, I haven't really seen too many mocha cookies going around, but these ones were actually inspired by my time in Canada. So when you used to go skiing or snowboarding for the day, and then you'd go into one of the warm places, and normally you get a mocha, so, but as a drink, and a cookie. And I thought, why not combine the two? So these cookies have a really delicious and sweet chocolate cookie base, and then they've got little pops of the coffee coming through, and we're going to add a little bit of crunch as well because we're going to be using coffee beans. So if you're not a huge coffee lover fan, I would say that these cookies still give them a go, because I don't drink coffee, but I love the smell of coffee, and I actually like coffee flavored items. I just don't drink coffee. So that's why if I were ever to go out and order a coffee, which would be very, very rare, I would have a mocha or like a bit of a sweetener in it in some way. So this isn't like a straight coffee cookie. It's a nice combination of sweet and a little bit of the coffee. So let me show you what you are gonna need. We have some butter, some cocoa powder, some flour. I have brown sugar, white sugar, an egg. Over here is baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And then I have roughly chopped some chocolate chips and roughly chopped some coffee beans. And then here we have a little bit of vanilla and a tiny bit of coffee flavor. As always, I will leave all of the ingredients in the description box below for you, and for the full recipe to download and print for free, head to lebonbaker.com. Now, I'm going to be using my KitchenAid today. If you don't have one of these at home, just a bowl and regular hand beaters is totally fine. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cream our butter and our sugar. So go ahead and add them to the big bowl. And with my butter here, I just melted it down a little bit so it wasn't too rock hard. So I'm going to add that in now. And I'm just going to put my paddle attachment down here and start to beat. Okay, that's looking good. So it's time to add our egg. And again, give it a beat until it's combined. This looks really lovely and smooth in consistency. So I'm just going to scrape down the sides, make sure all of that sugar and butter and egg is mixed through just one last time, and then I'm going to start to add in the dry ingredients. Got my flour and my cocoa, and I'm just going to add my baking soda, salt, and powder. And I'm just going to give it a real little whisk first before I add it to that bowl over there. And I'm just going to do that so that all of these ingredients are nice and evenly dispersed throughout the batter. And now we can add it all in. And if you're going to do this, if you're going to add it all in at once, then just make sure that when you turn on the paddle attachment or your beaters, that you go on a really low, slow beat, because otherwise you'll get like a flour bomb go off in your kitchen. Trust me, I know. I'm gonna get this going on the lowest setting and only beat until just combined. So you'll see here our mix has started to transform into a dough. So I am going to scrape down our paddle attachment here. Don't want to overwork it. So, and the last part I can fold in myself. So here's what it's looking like. So I'm just scraping down this bowl. Get the majority of that dough in the one place, just condense it down. So it is looking like a delicious chocolate cookie dough. Baker's privilege, little taste test. Now all we have to do is add in our chocolate chips and our coffee. So throw them in. that combo smells so good. Chocolate and coffee. And then this is where the magic happens. So now you can just gently fold in these delicious chips. I am a big fan of cookies that are soft with a little bit of crunch. You want the different variations in texture, and that is exactly what these cookies are gonna do. So they will be hidden in the dough. You can't really see it now, they're mixed in. But when you eat them, they will surprise you. So I've just spotted hiding behind my bowl here is my vanilla and my coffee. Lucky that there's not very much to add in of either or. So usually you would add these in at the point where you add your egg, so the liquids. Because I've done everything else now, I'm just gonna add it in here and it'll be fine. I'm just gonna give it a good mix. But usually add this in when you add your egg. Double baby brain to blame. Okay, back on track. Now grab your cookie trays here and line them with some parchment paper. And I got 2 trays going on here because I want to leave enough room for the cookies to grow. So my oven has been preheating to a moderate temperature, so 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we can start to scoop out our cookies. I like to use a cookie scoop so you know exactly how much is going into each one. And I'm going to do 4 per tray, like that. These will flatten out as well. So if you're in a climate where it's really quite hot and your butter has made your batter quite liquid, then I would definitely chill the batter in the fridge for at least 15 minutes to half an hour and solidify all those fats. I'm not going to today, it's a little bit cheeky, but it's quite cold where we are, and I think it'll be fine. But yeah, if your batter is melted or melty, then definitely chill your dough. So this batter, or this dough, has made 9 cookies, and I've just squeezed that last one in the middle there. Okay, these can go into the oven now. They will take anywhere from 11 to 13 minutes to cook, so they do cook really quite quickly. I was doing these yesterday and they took 11 minutes on the dot. So it really just depends on how you like your cookie as well. So if you like it on the softer / chewier side, bring it out a little bit early and let it cool on the tray. If you like it quite crunchy, then you're gonna wanna leave it for that 12 to 13 minutes. We're gonna check and rotate these after 7 minutes. While our cookies are baking away, I have found the reading of the day for you, and I like to share these to hopefully inspire you or make you feel good in some sort of way and send the positive vibes out to you. The one that I found is, talent is a universal gift, but it takes a lot of courage to use it. Don't be afraid to be the best. And that is a quote by Paulo Coelho. Sorry if I butchered your name. That's a really lovely quote, one that I think is really important. So if that's something that you have a gift, don't play small, share it with the world, because we are waiting to see it. Now it's back to baking. Yum! Hot cookies coming in. Yum, 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 yum. Oh my gosh, I love the smell of cookies coming out of the oven. As you can see, I am a cookie monster. So with these ones here, I took them out of the oven after they have been baking for exactly 12 minutes. As you can see, they've grown and flattened out from when we placed them on the tray. And now they're gonna be like really quite hot, and if you were to pick them up, they'd be very crumbly, so don't do that. We need to let them cool a little bit on the tray and the base will firm up. So just let them cool. You can still have them when they're a little bit warm, but not hot. So yeah, leave them for a little while. I have been patiently waiting for a warm cookie, and these little guys have been cooling now for 10 minutes. The base is set on them. If you didn't wait, they would just be too crumbly hot out of the oven. So it's time to try one that's oddly shaped. I'm so excited. They look and smell so good. Chocolate and coffee coming up. So let's try these mocha cookies. You can hear the crunch. That's the coffee beans. Wow, it's so good. Oh my gosh, these are Moorish. This is such a yummy cookie. So when they're warm, they're still like a little bit fudgy in the middle. They're like a really nice combination of chocolatey and sweet with a little bit of coffee flavoring, and then you got the crunch as well. And you do get a really nice aftertaste of the coffee as well because you're using those beans, so they're quite strong at the end. Oh my gosh, that is so good. These cookies are also really well balanced. Quite often you'll find that cookies are just super sweet all the time, but with the bitterness of the coffee, it really does balance out that chocolate flavor and make it really easy to eat, and they just slide down a little bit too easily. Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen today. I really hope that you love these mocha cookies. Like, seriously, just give them a go because they're so delicious. You will not regret making these. If you do like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell as well because I have a new video coming out every single week. Thanks again, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.